Hello, Leslie. What a beautiful portrait. Looking at this, it's a great job. You have a special gift. It seems like you always make everyone look younger, and you make everyone look more beautiful. And that is, I guess, is something to do with your mind and your mind controlling it. And this is a great presentation. And let's talk about the let's start over here on the later portrait. Let's talk about how you would want to move on from here to take the new challenge. The when you're doing the portrait painting, you seems like you have a lot of feeling in your mind. In the feeling, sometimes a little bit overtake your judgment. This is good. That's a good part. But you just need to a little bit more aware of your observations and combined with the feeling. And that would be your portrait have a strong personality. When you someone looking for it, that is one is a likeness, the other one is you will be able to capture the person's your feeling toward the persons and your imagination toward the person, which is someone say personality, but it's the artist's interpretations of the subject matter. So that one is you have no problem with that. So let's come back to how we can improve their observation. Okay, this is good. It looked like her. There's no doubt, right? This look like the baby. That's no doubt. How I really like the fact that you actually capture the light side and the shadow side pretty well with the value, and it looks good. And the hand over here definitely is a little bit too thin. Need to be a little bit come down a little bit like this. And the part is to structure. I want you to make this to become your new challenge. How you're going to see and analyze the structure of the face. Look at the color over here, all the way coming down. It's very subtle, coming down over here. And I can see that there's a little bit lighter than the inside over here. But it seems like not really clear enough in your mind, because I see that is you generalize the light and the shadow side. But I want you to be emphasize a little more. For example, let's take a look at on this part. Can you see this actually become one area value, right? This one value, almost the same, except a little bit turning down over here. That's almost the same. Now coming to this side, another value, okay, another value, another color compared to that. Because it turning this way and then change the direction. And then this have another value. This similar to that because similar plane direction, right? And turning over like this. And the front over here is basically turning like that. It's similar to that, except there is a little bit shadow catch the shadow and over here because the eye and the eye socket. But in this area, I want you to focus on this one. This area is going into different direction, different plane, different reaction to the light, right? This compared to the rest of the face. I want you to focus and analyze from that. And this is a little bit darker because it's like this area like this, and then coming to the neck, coming up like this. Let's do a little drawing over here. The same thing to the boy over here. You see, this would be the big shape, this shape, right? You see that. And the rest, because from here, the forehead turning over, right? And the cheek over here, of course, is have a little turn. But for the baby, the cheek's always a little bit more red. Let's do a little analyzing it. I'm going to open this, and I'm going to open a new one. I'm going to, here we go. Drag this over the left side. Okay. Come back to this picture. Okay, here we go. Now I want you to see, and take this color. That's fine. Doesn't have to be accurate. Let's do the drawing. Okay. Look at the angle of that coming like this. The big angle. The bigger shape coming toward over here. That's the ear, like that. So this is an eye in this location. Okay, find out the angle. So organize the relationship. The nose over here, and so this is the mouth. And also pay attention to the structure. Would help you to improve many things in your portrait painting. For now, a little bit shorter over here. Let's erase that and come out a little bit like this. Okay, let's come back to the drawing too. Okay. Now, the ear is about here. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, what I would try to point it out is I want you to develop it from the chaotic, like that. Okay. What I want you to pay attention to is to see that's a 1. And I saw Max also on one member's channel that he gave a picture demonstrations. Very good. Very, very good. And this actually turning like this, you see. So turning over this direction like that. And on this side, it's totally different plane. Like I want you to see a different plane over here. This different plane. And similar to the neck over here, there's different plane like that. I want you to recognize this is one is more like a going toward this direction. This is the direction of the plane. Even though over here have a little curve like this, a little curve, right? You see this area have a little curve. And of course over here have a little curve like this. And the front over here, it has a similar direction and facing toward this angle, right? This is the front over here. But the nose over here, the nose is actually this the whole shape over. Usually you see this a triangle because this the top of the nose and the nostril, but the side over here, this plane, and actually facing toward this side. This, right? So recognize the structure of the face, analyze the planes is very important when you are applying the correct value and the correct colors. And also different planes facing to different light sources. And we have different colors there too. Okay. And the bottom over here and is reflected by the shoulder, the highlight, the sunlight put in the shoulder and reflected on the side of the face. So you need to pick up that one. Okay. Like that. Okay. Take a look. But when you are painting it, it appears to be flat because there's no indication of how the plane change. Okay, that's very important. I want you to start analyze it. You can analyze this in a drawing first before you going into the painting, because you need to make your mind aware of that before you go into the painting, right? Over here, it doesn't really see it, right? It's just flat, look flat. Of course, in your mind, you understand that person, but when you other people looking at it, they don't know this person. They maybe have the feeling kind of, I cannot tell, right? But still, this is a beautiful painting. I really love this. But at the same thing, you can apply the structure onto her face, will be look better. Let's take a look at your reference here. See right over here. You see that? Oop. It's very similar. Okay, let's put over here. Very similar, like over here. The head, like this. But the same thing, the nose, put it over here, maybe a little lower, like that. The eye. So this is a plane and actually facing a little bit down, so a little bit darker. And this plane is facing a little bit more upward, so you can see this is a little bit lighter. But this is a triangle and facing a little bit forward and maybe even lower. So under here, that should be darker. But also this whole thing should be a little bit darker, like that. And this, the plane over here, the area, the shadow areas underneath the mouth, and actually facing down a little bit. And then the chin over here a little bit up. So, but on this, it's almost like looking down, facing a little bit lower. So this area is facing up. This is why this facing to the sky area. So this is why it's seeing a little bit lighter. So also on the side over here, and on the forehead, it basically is a little bit rounded like this, coming toward this direction. So this is why this is a little bit darker and the top a little bit lighter. So if you analyze the structure, it would help you to capture as the guide to help you to capture much faster, like that. Hopefully this is helpful, right? And I want to see the difference in your next painting. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about in your portrait. And on your mom over here too, look at the neck over here. That is a turning over. So that why the neck like this, the light coming from this direction. This is why this is the shadow. Looking at the thing as a geometric shape, a simple shape. A human face, a human body, it's just a compound form of simple shapes. And the same thing over here. Let's look at it a little bit bigger. And the face over here too, you see that this is a little bit lighter. And now when it's turning over, it get a little bit darker. The same thing over here. And anything facing toward this direction is a little bit lighter because this is where the light coming from. And everything on the other side, the opposite of the light side direction, is a little bit darker. So this is very easy to understand, but make yourself get used to. Okay, come on. Get used to seeing that. Think in that way. It will be take a little time to analyze it. The other thing is very important for the portrait drawing, for portrait painting, is the structure of the mouth area. I want to talk about that. And looking at her, for example, her mouth, and there's the whole thing over here is very, very smooth but curved. You see that? The curve over like that. This is the cross-contoured line. This is not there, but it's just make it up. So so how do you show this? One is with imperfect lighting. So you're gonna have this is a little bit darker, like that, and showing a little bit darker on this side and showing, and also very important that how you suggest the opening of the mouth and coming toward this. There's a part of their a cross contour, like this is open. Okay, there's the side like this. The corner of the mouth is very, very important. You see, as soon as I having over here can be a little cross contour line coming like that. And you can see that there's a light over here, but in this whole area here, it actually a little bit darker. When you paint and draw, you can use the cross contour. There's a little bit darker like that. Right, here you go. And on this side, a little bit darker too, like this. Coming on this side. But when you come over here, the plane already changed. So you need to capture how the plane changed, analyze the value, analyze the line, and you can get it. And also on the T, the row of T, this is a little bit darker. Go a little bit light over here, like that. It's very consistent with the top over here. Let's add the nose. Like this. This is one example but you can apply this to analyze everywhere of the face, okay, like that. So this is, and this like a ball shape, like a sphere shape. So you can see that actually the turning over, this kind of direction, turning over. So this is how you capture the form and the structure. If you don't get the form and structure correctly, the likeness will have discounted, okay? And the same thing on his. His mouth is the shape of the T, a little bit smoother, but for her, it's open a little bit rounded. And for him, it's a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker, like turning over like that, right? So the corner of the mouth is very, very important. So seeing the line, how the line going, the angle of the line, like that, capture that. the shape of the mouth, and then the value, and also the corner. It's very important. So the top over here, you can try to develop that understanding, represent understanding of the structure on this side a little bit darker, like that. Still showing, and under here, seeing the shape over here coming to like that. And on this side, and also a little bit darker like that. So with this, it seems like this is no big deal, but it's just a important process of the creation, like that. So you'll be able to capture the structure. When you get the structure correctly, and the portrait likeness will be much easier to capture. Okay. Okay. Take a look at over here. So, for her mouth, it seems like correct, but however, when you look at the reference, and you will see the corner of that. Let's open this. The corner of this is coming up. It's not the center, not pointed to the center. It's a little bit upward, like this. It's similar to that. It's very similar, like always, like going the shape upward, right? You see that up the corner. It's very important. Continue having fun. You're an amazing artist, and I'm looking forward to seeing your next portrait painting using, analyzing a little bit more. Sometimes you need to exaggerate it, but you try to capture the accents of the portrait. It's not just copying the photo. You want to move it to the next level.